Hey, Joe's Dan once again. Got a real exciting one for you guys today. Lawnmower maintenance. And this is my new lawnmower, which I know you're going to say, hey Dan, that doesn't look like a new lawnmower. And well, it's new to me. I mean, I bought this locally for $100. Why? Because my last one gave up the ghost and the motor seized because I just didn't maintain it. So this one needs a little TLC. I've already cut the lawn with it once. It was kind of just a little bit troublesome, but I got it done. But we're going to do some things to make sure that this one's going to last a lot longer and make it so it's a lot easier for me. So the first item I got to address is this right here. This is all loose, and first time I tried it was getting stuck in here. So I mean, you know, how hard is that? Let's just get a socket here and tighten that up. You understand it's a mower, things come loose over time, but it only takes a second to just tighten that up. There we go. That's all nice and firm. So interestingly enough, this is a key start mower, but of course I didn't get the key with it, and it doesn't have like a battery in it. So I'm just gonna, might as well just pull this stuff off of here. The T20 Torx holding these little screws in, like this is ultra high security here. Here we go. Looks like this just lifts off somehow. There we go. Oh, you know, it does feel like there's a battery in here. Guy told me there wasn't. Yeah, this thing's heavy. This has some weight to it. And I took this cover off and flipped this over, and yep, there's a battery in there. This will all get thrown out. We'll get the battery recycled, but you know, all this stuff is pretty much trash and it's gonna go in the garbage. Don't need it. Let's be pushing around the extra weight. So just a couple things to get out of the way here before we do the maintenance. This part here is part of the key start, and I don't have the key or a cord or whatever. It's fine from the pull start. So this whole harness that hangs down, don't really need this at all. Clip, clip, clip. I'll leave this part on because it's part of the bracket with the lever. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could Dremel it off, but I'm not going to go to those lengths. I just want to get the main part of the harness off, which only takes a second, it looks like here. There we go. There's a quick disconnect up there by the engine itself, so this harness is all now completely out. Junk, garbage, throwing that away. These little handles here were giving me some business. Loosen, yep, see, it's loose already when I was mowing outside. Thought I had them tight enough, so we're gonna make sure that these are, there we go, really tight. Hopefully they're not gonna loosen up on me. Check the other side, see if we can get that a little tighter. Oh yeah, of course. Will just make next time when I mow that much easier because I don't have to mess around with little screws and tightening stuff. Okay, so we're tight here, we're tight here. We got that junk out of the way, we got the harness out of the way. Let's pull the bag off so we can get that out of the way. So the first thing I'm going to want to address here is the oil. And let's take a look at this dipstick here. And look at that stuff. It's black. That's pretty much why why my other one gave up the ghost, is because I didn't check it and it ran low, and it seized the motor. So we're going to change the oil in this, which is pretty simple. There's a nut underneath on the underside of the mower. We'll get out a ratchet and we'll crack that loose, and we'll drain that into a drain pan, and we'll fill it up with straight 30 motor oil. So let's get going on that. I propped the mower up at a 45-degree angle. Let's take a look. There we go. There's our oil drain plug. And judging by the look underneath, it doesn't really look too bad. I'm wondering if this has ever been changed. So to get that out, you don't even need a socket. You can just use a 3/8 inch extension in there to crack that plug loose. So let's get that bolt cracked and let's drain the oil out of her. Alright, let's see if we can get a shot of some of that grimy oil coming out of here. Get that drain plug fully out. Blah. Yeah, I knew it was going to fall on the blade, but oh well. Because I got to position the catch pan. You can open the little top on the stopper on the top, let a little air in, make it go a little faster. To ensure all the oil drains out properly, I left it propped up on the oil catch pan for probably about 15 minutes or so. So it should all be out. All I gotta do now is lift it back up, put the drain plug in, and refill it. Plug has now been reinstalled, and I just tightened it so that it was flush. I'm pretty sure the actual drain plug itself is steel, and it goes into an aluminum piece, so you gotta be careful you don't over tighten this. This is the oil that came out of the mower. Wow, this stuff is black. I mean, it ain't no Texas tea, that's for sure. Ugh. Even when I smell it, I can smell a little bit of gas in it, probably from the blow-by. Who knows, this could be the original oil from the mower when it was brand new. Now on to adding the oil, which I'm not entirely sure how much this takes. It should be, I believe, less than a quart. We'll see. We'll keep checking it. I'll pour maybe about half in. See where we're at. Check it out right there. And the oil, by the way, this is straight 30 that I got over in the garden section of the big box store. That's what we're going to be using to change the oil with. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see where we're at. That was hard to tell. Let's check it again. Should be able to read the line on both sides. Did I get it right to the full level on the first try? Could be a lot of excess in the tube there when I poured it down it. Just do this about 2 or 3 times and you'll get the most accurate reading. Full. We're almost at full. Go ahead and add just a little more. There we go. Extra splash. Spritz. Yeah, that's going to be right on the full line. Now, if the oil's all tidied up, let's take a look at the spark plug here. This couldn't be any simpler. I mean, it's just right on the front. 13/16 socket. We'll pull these out. Remember, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Let's take a look and see what this is. Champion RJ19LM for lawnmower, obviously. Okay. We're a little carboned and kind of gunked up here. Yeah, I'm gonna put this back in, but I'll go to the store and I'll get a new one and pop one in. Next up will be the air filter, which will be right behind this little cover right here. Let's get this guy out and see what's going on with it. Oh. Huh. Interesting. It's like a little car filter. Well, I'll kind of tap it out here on the ground a little bit. This is something I'll have to buy new. You know, obviously I can't clean this, but I'll have to take down the model number off the sticker. This is kind of why I like buying the Craftsman mowers, because I'll be able to buy this fairly inexpensive and probably not even have to go to the store. Just get it online, get it shipped to the door. So the air filter, it could stand to be replaced, I suppose. It's not like it's you know, on its last leg. It's okay, but you know what, now that I see this, there's another problem. Looks like I'm a little more concerned about. Let me zoom in. Look at this gas line right here. Wow. I mean, I'm almost afraid to kind of even touch this thing. This thing is starting to get so cracked and dry rotted, I can't believe it doesn't leak. So I'm going to have to address that too and get that fixed, because I sure don't want to pour in a whole tank of gas and have it pour all over the mower. Alright, so let's put the filter in back for now. I'll see if I can order up that filter. And also I'm going to check on the gas line. Maybe I can get that at the same time. And I'll price out a brand new blade. We'll see how much that costs from Sears, and we'll see what makes sense to me, if I want to just buy a brand new one or have it sharpened somewhere. But the oil was the biggest thing that I wanted to get taken care of for now. We only got another month or so to go in the season, so this will get me by for now. I'll get the replacement air filter. This hopefully should hold up, but I'll get the replacement gas hose, and I'll get a new blade for next year. About 5 minutes searching online, and I found all the parts on SearsPartsDirect.com. The air filter I can't get separately. I have to buy this Lawnmower tune-up kit, which comes with the filter, a new spark plug, which I'll take it, some fuel stabilizer, and also the quart of straight 30 oil. 23 bucks. I think that's worth it. The blade is $25, which I think is worth it. I'm just going to go with a new blade. Why not? You know, by the time I drop it off somewhere and then have to pick it up and, you know, get charged 20 bucks, that's what am I going to say, $5? You know what I mean? So I'm just going to buy that new. Now, the gas line here, it's kind of a special gas line. It's a little pre-molded. I'm not sure exactly what size this is. I think 20 bucks is kind of a rip for it, but, you know, at this point, I'm just going to get everything in one swoop, and I know that's going to go on there and fit on there with no problems. So a couple days later, some parts showed up at my door. I got the blade, I got the gas line, which was imperative that we got that. And you can see this is a molded line here. It's pretty thick walled, and I think it's an oddball size. I mean, if I went to the hardware store and tried to get some kind of hose to make this bend, it would probably kink. So I think it's worth it spending the 20 to get a hose that's not really going to give me any problems. Go on there pretty easy. Although it probably costs like $1 or so to manufacture. I didn't get the tune-up kit that came with this. They sent me an email, hey, we're going to refund your money. It's no longer available. I mean, really? The one thing I wanted out of it was the air filter. I can go get that spark plug somewhere else, and I don't need the oil. Okay, since the new blade showed up, I'm going to go ahead and replace this blade on the bottom. First step is to disconnect your spark plug, just in case. You never know. You don't want any bad things to happen. 14 millimeter socket is what I found is the size for it. I'm going to put it on. And of course the blade's going to spin when I do this. So that's why I got the gloves on. I'm going to put a nice heavy rag down. See if I can hold it in place. Wow, okay, we're on there, huh? Be a tough little nut to grab. I have to lay down here. This would probably be easier on sawhorses too. I just have my mower propped up over the top of my cabinet doors so it's not going to fall. We're going to have to block her. So I just put a piece of wood to block the blade, and I'm just going to try and crack her loose this way. It's on there. It's on there pretty good. Alright. Sure, we're on there square. Ah, there we go. I loosened it a little. Ah, come on. Ah, God. Yeah. Whew. Okay. There we go. So the blade that was on there, not too bad. It does have some hits to the blades, probably from like rocks and whatnot. Seems semi-sharp, and I don't know, maybe somebody would try to resharpen this at one point in time. The blade that I bought for it, while it's not 100% exact, it's very similar. You know, the bends are a little bit different. This wraps around a little more than this one, but this pretty much looks like would be the, you know, the replacement for it. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this new one on. That way, you know, next season I'm going to be ready with a fresh blade. And if I want, I can have this one sharpened at a shop at any time, and I don't have to buy another one, and just pop this one back on. And I also found too, it makes it a little bit easier if you work at the blade at a right angle of how you're tightening it. It won't want to spin on you as much, and you can tighten it a little bit easier. So I'm going to forego torquing this, and I'm going to crank this in pretty good, about as good as I can get it. There we go. She ain't coming loose. Let's take a look at that fuel line here, and I pinched it just a little bit. There it is, right there. Started oozing fuel. This wouldn't have lasted very long. It's a good thing I bought the fuel line. So let's get this replaced. This shouldn't be hard at all. There's hopefully not much gas left in the mower. Yeah, it's pretty much on E. So not much is going to spill. Alright, let's get a pair of pliers and uncork that. And see, it disappears behind where the air filter is. So let's take that off too. Next, let's take our two screws out of the very top and hold on the top cover. This way we have more access. Lift off. Now there's a lot more room here where I can get to the end of the hose. You can see it right there with the clamp on the end of it. That's where it'll go into the carburetor. Now if that clamp there was pushed down, I could probably get that. But if it was pushed down, I would probably have to pull this plate off too in order to get even more access to it. But I should be able to work it from there. And of course, from just pressing that just a little bit, that hose, it's dripping. It's leaking. So I am so glad I bought a new one. There we go. Let's take a look and see. Oh yeah, this thing's just gone. Wow. Ugh. Just touching it. Now I'll just do the same in reverse. Connect up the new line. I'm glad I bought the pre-made lines for this. I'm not screwing around and trying to buy something, you know, that isn't really going to work. So let's get the clamp on. There we go, that should be good. So I'll wrap this up by just connecting this other end here. That should be pretty simple. And since Sears couldn't supply me with an air filter and a spark plug, which is kind of amazing, I think, I went the eBay route and ordered up a spark plug and an air filter coming from China of all places. $4.05 to the door. It'll probably take about a month to get here. But hey, for that price, I can wait. Alright, so my last two parts have now arrived. I've got the air filter and I've got the spark plug. Both of these to my door from halfway around the world for $4.05. Once again, I have no idea how they do it or make any money. But hey, pass the savings on to me. So let's get rid of this old dirty air filter. Let's put the new one in. This is just going to be real quick and easy and painless this time. Put that screw back on. We'll be all set. That takes care of that. We'll go for the spark plug next. Plop our new spark plug in. Where are you? There, your hole. There's your little hole. Your home is in the hole. Okay. Alright, so I'm all set here. Everything now has been tuned up on the lawnmower. We've got a new spark plug in it, new air filter, new oil, new gas line, new blade underneath, and we cleaned up some of that wiring and the battery thing it didn't need anymore under here. So the parts, if you bought them all, like let's say on one of the places like eBay, you're probably going to spend about 50 bucks to do this. It's not really that hard. I'm just going to do a quick test. 1, 2, 3. Just hit the primer 3 times. And I trust it's going to start up on the first pull. Let's test her out. Starts right up. There you go. This is going to be good for probably the next year, maybe 2, before I'm going to have to do the tune-up again. Hope you learned something today. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, thanks for watching.